Parenthetically, when you build a charging station, it's like back in the day when my grandpa worked for the American Oil Company back in the turn of in the 1920 in that area. They went from state to state convincing people that they allowed them to put 20,000 gallons of gasoline under the ground. They didn't want them around. But
hey everyone, my name is Josh and welcome back to your fourth stimulus package and news update. In today's video, we have a lot of news to get into, but first, if you would like to receive 2 free stocks from Webull valued up to $2,300, make sure to claim them by clicking my link, which you will find in the description box below. Okay, so as our elected congressmen and congresswomen continue to fight over the debt limit, we're now just 12 days away from the Democrats' self-imposed deadline. By October 18th, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says we must raise the debt ceiling, or else we won't be able to continue our spending spree. So over the next week, both sides will continue to point their finger at the other. Here is Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell saying that Democrats are playing Russian roulette with the economy over the debt ceiling.
To achieve raising the debt ceiling, which must happen, America must not ever default, and doing it with Democrats only. During the previous reconciliation, they got a ruling from the parliamentarian that it's possible to amend the budget resolution. It's called a 304 process. They've had plenty of time to execute the debt ceiling increase and have chosen not to do it. Now they have plenty more time, because clearly the pause button has been pushed on the larger reckless tax and spending bill. I implore them one more time not to play Russian roulette with the American economy. We've been down this path before when you did not have divided government and the party in the majority got the job done. They need to do this. They have the time to do it. And the sooner they get about it, the better, to make sure the markets and the American people know that, as usual, the American government will never, ever default.
In response, the majority leader in the Senate, Chuck Schumer, says that failing to raise the debt ceiling is completely on McConnell.
President Biden was asked the first of this question the other day, so I'll ask you, as the majority leader of the U.S. Senate, can you guarantee the U.S. will not default when that deadline?
Ask Mitch McConnell. The bottom line is, it's very simple. It's on his shoulders. We are willing to cast the 50 votes ourselves. It's up to him. All he has to do is get out of the way. No, next.
Will you cancel next week's recess?
We're going to stay here till we get this done. Next.
Hi. If this vote on the debt ceiling tomorrow is blocked by Republicans, would you rule out changing the filibuster rules to enable a debt ceiling vote?
Look, the best way to get this done is just for Republicans to get out of the way. None of them have to vote for debt ceiling. Let the 50 Democrats do it. That's the best way to get it done. That's what we're working for tomorrow. Yes. You got to speak out a little. I'm not going to negotiate in public. We had a very good meeting, Speaker Pelosi, myself, the President's people last night. We began getting into the nitty-gritty of how we get this done, and we are going to get it done. You know, we want to get all of it done by the 31st of October, and we're making good progress. I think Democrats of all different, the progressive folks, the more moderate folks, all realize there's going to have to be give on every side to get this done, and I think we do. Yes. Reconciliation is a drawn-out, convoluted, and risky process with default and downgrade hovering over us. The best way to do it is the way we said. That's what we're telling Leader McConnell and the American people we need to do. Yes. CNN, tall CNN back there. The best. As I said, reconciliation is a drawn-out, convoluted process. We've shown the best way to go. We are moving forward in that direction.
In Schumer's opinion, the best way to move forward is for McConnell and Republicans to raise the debt ceiling and then get out of the way. That way, Democrats can ensure they'll pass both the reconciliation package in addition to the bipartisan infrastructure deal. Even though the Senate is currently scheduled to go on another recess during the week of October 11th, Schumer also signaled that he may end up canceling it to allow more time to raise the debt ceiling. Of course, I seriously doubt anyone is really all that worried or concerned about our senators canceling one of the many recesses that they have scheduled throughout the year. And even though Chuck Schumer has currently ruled out raising the debt limit through reconciliation, which certainly lowers the chances of getting this done, some good news for Democrats did take place. This is because Senator Joe Manchin is now showing some signs of breaking, saying that he would now be willing to go above $1.5 trillion in reconciliation and possibly as high as $2.2 trillion. After President Biden failed to get moderate Democratic Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema to raise their price tag to $3.5 trillion, he's lately been trying to convince the progressive Democrats to come down to around the $2.2 trillion mark. And this might be the main reason why Manchin is now raising his price tag up to the same exact amount. In a statement to reporters, Senator Manchin said, "I'm not ruling anything out, but the bottom line is I want to make sure that we're strategic, we do the right job, and we don't basically add more to the concerns that we have right now." Of course, the only question at this point is whether or not progressive Democrats would also be willing to lower their price tag that much. At the moment, the floor for progressives is $3.5 trillion, and if they had it their way, by numerous reports, it would be even higher. So to ask progressive Democrats to accept $1 trillion less might be just too much to ask. Meanwhile, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, far-left activists continue to press the two moderate senators, Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, in hopes that they will eventually break. Kyrsten Sinema, for example, was harassed and followed into the women's bathroom while they pressed her on why she isn't accepting the Build Back Better plan. Watch.
Okay, I'll be back.
Sit down, we want to talk to you real quick. Can we talk to you real quick?
Hi, actually, I am heading out.
Right now is a real moment that our people need in order for us to be able to talk about what's really happening. We need a Build Back Better plan right now.
We knocked on doors. We need solutions. The Build Back Better plan has the solutions that we need.
We knocked on doors for you to get you elected, and just how we got you elected, we can get you out of office if you don't support what you promised us.
We need 7 million citizenship for 7 million. We need the Build Back Better plan right now.
My name is Blanca. I was brought here to the United States when I was 3 years old. And in 2010, my grandparents both got deported because of SB 1070. And I'm here because I definitely believe that we need a pathway to citizenship. My grandfather passed away 2 weeks ago, and I was not able to go to Mexico and visit him because there is no pathway to citizenship. And if we have the opportunity to pass it right now, then we need to do it, because there's millions of undocumented people just like me who share the same story or even worse things that happen to them because of SB 1070 and because of anti-immigrant legislation. And this is the opportunity to pass it right now, and we need to hold you accountable to what you told us, what you promised us that you were going to pass when we knocked on doors for you. It's not right.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor of human trafficking, and it's because of the lack of worker protections that we don't have in the gig economy. I need you to stand by workers. Lots of people who are like me who became homeless and
Then, Senator Joe Manchin had kayakers and other boaters paddle up to the boat that he lives on, asking why he's stopping the reconciliation bill.
Let me talk if you can. Where are y'all from? Anybody from West Virginia? We have
Yes,
any West Virginians?
we have a lot of West Virginians.
God bless you all. But gang, we're working hard. We really are. We're going to continue to in good faith. We want to get a good bill that's a balanced bill, that's well done. And I know it won't be enough for some, and it'll be too much for others. In West Virginia, West Virginia's a little bit different than it used to be.
There's a lot of poverty. What are you going to do for the poor in West Virginia?
We're going to be working everything we can to create good opportunities.
And we need to tax the rich.
Well, I agree with that. I definitely agree. That's the one number thing we should be doing, is fixing the tax code so everybody pays their fair share. We should be also negotiating for lower drug prices. We should be doing all these things. I agree with you 1,000%. We're all on the same page, gang. We really are.
Adding dental vision and
Well, we have, here, let me just explain on that one. We will get to that eventually, but right now we can't even take care of it. It's going to go broke in 2026. Let us fix and repair that first.
That's not true. Tax the rich.
We're taxing the rich. I agree. We're going to make the rich and the famous pay.
Well, how much have they done? They can cover this. You can cover that. 1%, not your 26. So when you think about it, you know, we just passed a Pentagon budget of $788 billion. No, and that over 10 years is $6 trillion, right? $6 trillion. And we're talking about.
How much do you think that we spend every year on non-discretionary, basically non-defense?
Not
just
enough.
as much.
Clearly not enough.
Do you know we pay? Let me just give you all this.
But I'm just saying we can afford. If we can afford
I know, let me
this.
just tell you. Let me give you one little bit of information. Okay, so
Wait, I got one little bit of information for you. The Republicans are likely to take over
that's a
the
shame,
Senate.
because if all this
We
is
don't.
that
This is
popular,
like
we
this
should
is
win
our
everything.
one
But you're
chance
not gonna
right
deliver
now
if
to
we don't
pass
deliver.
Do you think
the
they won't
legislation.
repeal it? If we don't do it right, do you think they won't repeal it as soon as they take over? If, you're
If
afraid
you
of
don't
taking
pass
over-
this, we're gonna.
Yeah,
lose
they're not
midterms.
going to pass things like this for the people. They're not.
Let me
This
give
is
you
our
this. We spent-
chance.
we've
We can't
invested-
wait.
we've
When President Biden was asked about the protest against Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, he replied, well, it's just a part of the process.
Mr. President, Mr. President, you're talking about how you have 48 Democratic votes right now. The other two have been pressured over the weekend by activists. Joe Manchin had people on kayaks show up to his boat to yell at him. Senator Sinema last night was chased into a restroom. Do you think that those tactics are crossing a line?
I don't think they're appropriate tactics, but it happens to everybody. From the only people it doesn't happen to are people who have Secret Service standing around them. It's part of the process. Yes, sir.
Just really quickly,
Again, I can totally understand not agreeing with what a particular senator says or their viewpoints, but there are much better ways of protesting or letting your viewpoints known than following them to the bathroom and not allowing for them to poop in peace. And that, I'm sure, is not an unpopular opinion. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Again, if you would like to receive a couple free stocks from Webull, make sure to quickly claim them by clicking my link, which you will find in the description box below. To receive the first stock, you will need to fully open an account. Then to receive the second free stock, which will be valued up to $2,000, you'll need to make a qualifying deposit of at least $5. And even if you aren't all that interested in investing or continue to invest at this point in time, you can always sell the free stocks you receive and transfer that money, however much they're worth, right back to your bank account. So free stocks or free money is completely up to you. So once again, I hope everyone has a great and safe rest of their day, and I'll see you in the next video.